The Assassination of John F. Kennedy, a true crime deep dive. The day that changed America forever. It was a bright, crisp afternoon in Dallas, Texas. The date, November 22, 1963. Crowds lined the streets, eager for a glimpse of the charismatic young president, John F. Kennedy. Laughter and cheers filled the air as the presidential motorcade glided through Dealey Plaza. The First Lady, Jacqueline Kennedy, radiant in her signature pink suit, smiled and waved. The president, relaxed and confident, acknowledged the crowd. Then, gunfire. A deafening crack. And in mere seconds, joy turned to horror. The nation watched in disbelief as their leader slumped forward, mortally wounded. Blood spattered across the limousine, the echo of the shots still ringing through the streets. What really happened that fateful day? Who pulled the trigger and why? This is the chilling story of one of history's most infamous assassinations. The morning of November 22nd started like any other on the Kennedy campaign trail. The President and First Lady arrived in Dallas to a warm reception. As they stepped off Air Force One at Love Field, they were greeted by cheering crowds, waving American flags, eager to see the couple up close. The motorcade route was designed for maximum public engagement, winding through the heart of Dallas. As the presidential limousine turned onto Elm Street, the excitement was palpable. The air buzzed with applause and the hum of anticipation. Then, 3 shots rang out. A nation watches in horror. 12:30 p.m. The moment that would be etched into American history. The first shot missed. Confusion spread like wildfire. The second shot struck Kennedy in the upper back, passing through Governor John Connally, who screamed in pain, clutching his chest as blood seeped through his clothing. The third shot, the fatal shot, hit the president in the head. A violent explosion of blood and brain matter covered Jackie Kennedy's pink suit. Panic gripped Dealey Plaza. Spectators screamed. Secret Service agents rushed forward, but it was too late. The leader of the free world slumped over, lifeless. Jackie, in shock, desperately tried to reach for him, as if she could piece him back together. This was no longer a celebration. It was a crime scene. The crime scene, clues and shadows. Every great crime story has its setting. For this one, it was Dealey Plaza, a seemingly ordinary stretch of road that became the site of an American tragedy. Texas School Book Depository. From a 6th-floor window, a lone gunman, or was he, took aim. 3 spent shell casings lay on the floor. The grassy knoll, whispers of a second shooter lingered in the air. Some swore they saw gun smoke rising from behind a wooden fence. Parkland Memorial Hospital. Doctors fought desperately to save JFK, but the wounds were fatal. At 1 p.m., America lost its 35th president. Lee Harvey Oswald, the lone gunman or the fall guy? In the frantic hours that followed, one name dominated the headlines: Lee Harvey Oswald. A former Marine, Oswald had lived in the Soviet Union and held radical beliefs. Less than an hour after the assassination, Dallas police officer J.D. Tippit was gunned down, allegedly by Oswald. Hiding in a movie theater, he was arrested. His face would soon be broadcast across every television screen in America. But before he could stand trial, Oswald himself was assassinated, shot point blank by nightclub owner Jack Ruby. What was Ruby's motive? Revenge? Or was Oswald's silence to keep bigger secrets hidden? The evidence that raises more questions than answers. Even with the Warren Commission's official findings that Oswald acted alone, the case refuses to rest. Key pieces of evidence continue to fuel speculation. The Zapruder film, the horrifying, frame-by-frame footage of the moment Kennedy was struck. It remains the most scrutinized piece of video in history. The magic bullet theory. The commission claimed a single bullet hit both Kennedy and Connally. Critics say this defies logic. Conflicting witness testimonies. Some swore they heard gunfire from multiple directions. Others reported strange figures lurking around Dealey Plaza. Missing or altered autopsy reports. Critical evidence allegedly disappeared or was tampered with. Conspiracy or cold-blooded murder. The theories that won't die. If Oswald wasn't the sole assassin, who was? Theories abound, each more chilling than the last. The Mafia, JFK's crackdown on organized crime, made him enemies. The CIA, had the intelligence community orchestrated the murder to remove a president they saw as weak? Foreign powers, the Soviet Union? Cuba? Could this have been Cold War revenge? Multiple shooters. Was Oswald just a pawn in a much larger game? The more you dig, the deeper the mystery gets. The aftermath. A country in mourning. November 25, 1963. The funeral of John F. Kennedy. The world watched as Jackie Kennedy, still in her blood-stained suit, led the procession. Their young son, John F. Kennedy Jr., saluted his father's casket in an image that would break hearts worldwide. The Warren Commission report sought to close the case, but instead, it only fueled more speculation. Decades later, declassified documents continue to reveal new details, keeping the case alive in the minds of historians and conspiracy theorists alike. How the assassination changed security protocols forever. The Kennedy assassination exposed significant gaps in presidential security, prompting sweeping changes to Secret Service operations. Increased protection measures. The motorcade route was publicly advertised in advance, a practice now eliminated to reduce risk. Advanced threat detection. Modern security relies on sophisticated intelligence gathering, ensuring potential threats are identified long before an event. Armored vehicles. Kennedy's open-top limousine provided no protection. Future presidents would ride in fully bulletproof, highly secure vehicles. Expanded Secret Service teams. The number of agents assigned to protect the president increased significantly. Emergency medical readiness. Advances in trauma response and medical facilities now ensure immediate action in case of an attack. The echoes of 1963 still shape presidential security today, ensuring such a tragedy is never repeated. Final thoughts. The mystery that won't die. More than 60 years later, the assassination of John F. Kennedy remains one of the most debated events in history. Was it a lone gunman? A carefully orchestrated plot? Or something even more sinister? The truth may never be fully uncovered, but one thing is certain: the echoes of that day still haunt America. What do you think? Was Oswald truly the lone assassin, or was there something deeper at play? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more gripping true crime stories.